Coming up on today's Race Room.
This is the Rush movie special.
We have got Christian Horner naked
and moaning Martha's gate crashing the premiere.
On with the show.
Welcome to the show. It's the news.
It's finally broken, the news, officially, that Daniel Ricciardo will be driving for Red Bull in 2014. The question now, as we approach silly season, who is going to be driving for Toro Rosso?
MotoGP was at Silverstone. Cal Crutchlow was the big hope. He crashed 3 times, destroying 3 different bikes. Marc Marquez tried to destroy himself in warm-up, and that opened the door for Jorge Lorenzo to take his 4th victory of the year, and therefore closes up just fractionally in the championship.
Fernando Alonso got us all excited last week, saying that he had a big announcement. We all thought he might be changing teams, but no. We know he loves cycling. In fact, he has bought a cycling team. Euskaltel Euskadi is the one he's bought. So maybe we might see him in some Lycra next year in the peloton at Tour de France.
I personally think the best racing this weekend was in the IndyCar series in Baltimore. A really silly track with tight hairpins, chicane that sent cars flying, and lots of bumps. Great race though, lots of crashes, and Scott Dixon and Will Power crashed into each other, potentially ended the championship. It was Simon Pagenaud, who took his 2nd victory of the year, moving up to 3rd in the championship. Castro Neves still leads, and that is your news.
It's our Rush movie Race Room special. Today you are dressed very appropriately. Let's look at your t-shirt.
Mr. Tom Hunt gave me this before the general release. James Hunt's helmet, fantastic.
That is very nice. I was at the premiere last night, and what an entrance from those McLaren boys. 2 championship-winning cars, Jenson Button in Emerson Fittipaldi's 1974 McLaren, and Checo Perez in Lewis Hamilton's championship-winning car from 2008. A lot of the drivers hadn't seen the film, but David Coulthard told us what he was expecting from it.
Well, I'm expecting some not so good images of wheel-to-wheel racing, because we get spoiled with real imagery every weekend going to the Grand Prix. But what I'm hoping more than that is to really understand the rivalry, understand the personalities, see how the story is told from an amazing period. Incredible Nicky survived the accident, incredible that he was brave enough, stroke stupid enough to come back so quickly. And then those images of the real life images of Nicky pulling off the race in Japan, James being told he won the championship and he's not quite sure. You know, I'm looking forward to how all that's told in the movie.
I had a chat with Jenson Button too. I asked him who he would like to play him if a film was made about his rivalry with Lewis Hamilton.
Me.
You'd like to star yourself?
Well, I'm not an actor, but I know how to play me. I'm probably the best person to play me, so it's probably me, to be fair.
I think you're actually a very good actor.
Really? Oh, really? Not as good as you. I think you were much better last thing we did.
Enjoy the film.
Thank you. Cheers. That sounds wrong.
Lewis Hamilton wasn't actually at the premiere, but Naomi Campbell was still thinking about him. Who's your favourite driver?
You know who I'm going to say, Lewis.
And one of the last to arrive on the red carpet at the premiere was the Hoff. David Hasselhoff was there, and we gave him the boobs and bums treatment.
I don't know anything about
Fast or slow?
Fast.
Boobs or bums?
What?
Boobs or bums? No. Keep an eye on the channel. We are going to have the Boobs and Bums interview with the Hoff on the channel very soon.
At Jack Nichols. Never seen this photo of Christian Horner before.
This weirds me out. I'm feeling quite queasy. Christian Horner. That was naked. 10 years ago.
Naked still.
I don't know if he knows this is in existence still.
It's horrible.
Oh yeah, next tweet.
At Delavine Poppy. Fastening my seatbelt for Rush movie. Formula 1 baby sugar-coated in raw 70s. Ba-ba-boom.
Okay, there's a grunt there from Ben Constantinos. Like a bit of Poppy Delavine, do we?
No, it wasn't a grunt. There's too much as to why on earth was she there? What relevance has she got to
She's
Rush?
bringing glamour, sex to Rush. That's what it's all about. The James Hunt, Niki Lauda era. Come on, get with it. Next tweet.
At Stavros 6. Not often you bump into a wedding on qualifying day at Silverstone MGP. Worst man. As a massive petrol head now, Rosanna, would you get married at a race circuit?
This is pushing the limits. I'm not sure. She's obviously quite into her MotoGP.
Why do you say that?
don't know, she looks quite like a rocking girl. She looks quite cool. A little bit of bows on her dress.
He doesn't know, he looks like an IT consultant.
That's true. Maybe they just met on the day.
Next tweet.
At Century Jake. And here is the Audi carrying its wheel home. FIA WEC.
There's something not quite right in this photo.
WEC in Sao Paulo, the Toyotas got knocked out after half an hour, so it was Audi versus Audi. This wheel didn't get bolted onto that hub, and then when he exited the pits, it managed to flip round and land on the back of the car, and he
Nicely
drove all the way around the pits.
Nicely done, my son.
Very good.
Very good.
And that is Tweet of the Week.
I'm not usually someone that gets upset when they're not invited to a party, but I must admit I was expecting an invitation to drop through the door for last night's Rush movie premiere. I would have thought the organisers would have wanted F1's biggest mover and shaker there to mingle with the likes of Jason Button, The Hoff and the delicious Chris Hemsworth. But blow me down, no invitation, not even a textual message. Well, I snuck down to Leicester Square just in case there'd been some confusion, but no one would talk to me. They were all busy with the red carpet and some man called Nicky Lauder. Well, when they weren't watching, I jumped over the barrier and grabbed myself one of these. Not bad, eh? Now I've just got to get James Hunt to sign it.
After a massive bumper weekend last weekend, very few races happening, but important ones. We start off with, of course, Formula One, the Italian Grand Prix in Monza.
Stickers are getting stuck to each other.
Which is very close to Milan, by the way. It's not far from Milan, not far from the Alps. It's a beautiful place to go and watch a motor race.
That's where we're going. Lovely dappled sunlight at Monza. It's going to be beautiful. Right, okay, and where else are we
We're going to have lots more sunlight in Sonoma for the World Touring Car Race. And
I can't remember where it is.
Now Sonoma, the IndyCars were there 2 weeks ago. Where is it?
Is it just north
No,
of Washington?
that's Baltimore. Sonoma's in California.
No. Okay.
San Francisco.
Oh, yeah. And you're going to be there?
I am. I'm going to be watching America's Cup yachts as well, because they've got the America's Cup out there.
So you're going to be there, I'm going to be in Monza.
We've got motorsport covered.
Absolutely. If you're at either of those two events, come and say hello, look out for the Pole Position P1 microphone, and of course...
subscribe for free.
Yes.
Weren't too sure about Marquez, obviously he came off. We didn't know if he had broken a collarbone, dislocated a collarbone, but fantastic, brilliant atmosphere, really